Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a transfer special. A transfer special that I hold so dear, so close to my heart. This is a video I absolutely love the fact that I'm doing. I love this. Oh, I love this so much. You guys have no idea how much I love this stuff. Mr. Minerals himself, Mr. Mason Money Mace Minerals Mount is heading over to Manchester United as things stand. This is a thing of beauty. Couldn't have wrote it any other way. This is absolutely beautiful. I'd like to publicly thank Manchester United and Sir Eric Ten Hag for taking that transfer off my hand. And listen, people at the start of the video start asking, why are you even doing this transfer show? First of all, if you're new to this channel, the name of the channel is This is Football, not This is Anfield. So we speak about everyone. We ain't here to just talk about Liverpool Football Club. We're here to talk about every single club. We're here to talk Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever it is. So today, the meal of the day is none other than Mason Minerals Mount, aka Money Mace, aka Proper Chelsea, moving all the way over to Manchester United. And of course, I can stay here and I can speak about it by myself for the next hour, but that would be a little bit silly. So what I've decided to do is bring along two Chelsea fans, two Man United fans to speak on this unbelievable transfer. Joining us first is a man that cannot wait for this human being to leave his football club. He's already dancing in the background. He's just enjoying the thought of Mason Mount leaving Chelsea Football Club. As he told me himself in the DM, this is the happiest he's been since the World Cup. Joining us on the channel is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, the winter surfer is here to surf during the summer. Man like Andrew. How you doing, brother?
I feel great. I think this is the best I've felt since the World Cup being on your channel. You'd have to admit that. This is the best. This is the best I've felt. My team finished 12th, and I feel great. I feel greater than a team that's finished third and going into a cup final tomorrow. I am ecstatic. And it's not just Mount, it's just all, it's Kai as well. Oh my God. And if Gallagher goes, myself and Lewis, I don't know what we're going to do. We don't even care who's coming in. We don't even care. We don't even care who's coming in, bro. You know what? I feel great, man. Subscribe to this channel, always. Subscribe to this channel. Like, share the video, do this. Because you're going to see Man United fans who are preparing for a cup final tomorrow look more miserable than a team that finished 12th. 12, bro. 12. You know what I mean?
You know what's the best part, Andrew? I got two people in the background who support Man United who don't like the fact that this is happening. They don't like it either. So it's not like they're going to be celebrating it either. You know, there's this thing of beauty.
I know one of them, and I honestly, if you saw his face, his team beat my team 4-1 last week, and the day after on the terrace, you wouldn't, but him and Lewis were on, you wouldn't know whose team had lost 4-1 when they were discussing that, bro. It was that, okay? Awesome.
Hey, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Let's go.
Speaking of Lewis, we're waiting on him, by the way. He's a little bit late, but the guys are here, the Man United guys, and me and Andrew, we're a strong tag team. We can tackle them with or without Lewis. So joining us on the channel first is a man that me and him fought because of Igal. So Igal out, because it's Igal who didn't know how to introduce us to each other. Till this very day, I go watch back that show and I'm like, Igal, why did you set it up like this guy's coming to fight me? He was just so calm and stuff. But you know, this man cannot believe that he's on YouTube right now to talk about Mason Mount, the night of the FA Cup final. You've seen us on the terrace together, I believe, before. You've seen us on Igal's channel as well. He's come on the channel before. So joining us is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, my Egyptian brother all the way from North America, here to celebrate the signing of Mason Mount. How are you doing, Staffy? You're on mute.
I wish I could stay on mute, bro. I wish I could stay on mute. Well, I wish I could stay on mute. You know, because you can give me a good introduction all you want. I know you're trying to make me feel better, you know. But I'm glad that you're finding happiness in my misery, Sam. Because this, You know, bro, as I told you, if it wasn't you, wallahi, I wouldn't be doing this show. Because the fact that you're having me here to celebrate my misery, bro, you know, it's just fucking sad, man. It is what it is. But thank you for having me. I'm happy that you and Winter Surfer are finding joy from all this, because I'll tell you something, for the next hour, there will be no joy. There will be nothing for me that makes me happy. I will not be bringing that same energy that I bring from the terrace over here. I'm just going to sit here, get cooked by these guys, smoke my shisha in peace. But thank you, bro.
You're always welcome, Staffy, man. And finally, last but not least, this guy can never be least on this channel because, first of all, it's his second home. Second of all, we're here to prove that Matisse is indeed the problem, not me and him. So Matisse can hold that. Even if he's probably watching, I don't know if he's watching this or not, he can hold it regardless. So you can hold that, Matisse. You know, we're known as the most dynamic duo, aka Undertaker and Kane. I'm Undertaker, of course. He's Kane. He's actually wearing red too. Undertaker and Kane on off YouTube. We always fighting. We always doing all of that. And I'll be sorry with you. If Flawless said he couldn't do tonight's show, I would have postponed it because it had to be him. It had to be. We went on the Back Again podcast, and I promise you, Flawless. Listen, I get under Flawless's skin. I know that he gets under my skin. That's why our duo works. But the truth is, I have never seen him as angry that day. Just because he was linked to Mount, he was so pissed. Today, we're talking more than linked now. We're talking about this guy might become a United player. And you want to hear the worst part? Let me double down the misery on both Staffy and Flawless. There's also rumors that the striker United are going to buy is Rasmus Hojlund. So they're trying to buy the B-Tech shit version of Haaland as well. So listen, we're going to speak about all that. So joining us on the channel is none other than a man who can fight me one-on-one on this whole YouTube thing. Man like Flawless has joined us on the channel. How are you doing, Flawless?
Hey, big up, man. Sick intro. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. Big up for having me, Hassam, Staffy. Blessed to meet you. Surfer, you can shut up already. I haven't
Nice meeting you, bro.
hear from you already, yo.
Listen, I wish I met you on a better occasion than this, but unfortunately, this has to be our first interaction. We won't forget this one, I'll tell you that.
Large up to the chat as well. And like I said, big up for the intro. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. And yeah, I'm sure we'll get into this Mason Mount news and the Hojlund news as well. And with United, something else could break as well. You never know.
That's true. And I don't know if there's also apparently a rumor before we went live. I'm not going to speak on it because it's just a rumor, but apparently as well, the Glazers are kind of looking at keeping Ratcliffe or some stuff, something like that. So like, hey, if that is true, oh Lord, these next 4 or 5 days are about to be miserable as hell. And listen, speaking of, I'm so happy we started this. First of all, Flawless. Matisse don't give you them intros. Let me just say that. All he says is sarcasm, City TV. Oh, hold that, Matisse. That's how you intro Flawless. And listen, our final participant is here on the channel. He told troops on the Back Again podcast, if Mason Mount does sign for Manchester United, we have to run back the same exact 4. Today, you know, troops ain't here, but large up troops. Make sure to go subscribe to his channel. But this guy, I've seen him celebrating on Twitter, just like Andrew. Kai Havertz and Mason Mount are both leaving. I'm going to be sorry with you. If he gets up and does 15 backflips, I would 100% understand. I would 100% understand because I understand the emotion he's going through. You tell me Henderson's leaving tomorrow. I'm about to do some backflips. I'll bring some dumbbells, break some records live on the stream. I'll go live from the gym. I'll be so happy that day. Oh, Lord. Joining us on the channel is a guy who's actually not been on this channel for a really long time, but we've worked together on the Back Again podcast, on the terrace. Absolutely great guy on and off the camera, always representing Chelsea to the fullest. And the only thing he has to worry about is if Akanji does drop a howler, they're going to use his picture as an Akanji, you know, reaction. They told him, they warned him about it. So joining us on the channel is a man who really is carefree today. Man like Carefree Lewis. How are you doing, brother?
Yes, my people. Big up everybody.
Oh, no.
My club is coming back, man. My club is coming back. We are clearing out the Roadrunners. We are exterminating the Roadrunners before my very eyes. Real Madrid actually sees some value in Kai Havertz. I'm hearing 85 fucking million pounds. I can't even explain it, but I'm not going to try to because I don't want them to fall off the deal. Even Gallagher. People want Gallagher. Newcastle, West Ham. Big up to the Irons and all of that. They want Conor Gallagher. We're clearing out the deadwood, and it's happening so fast. And I didn't expect it, man. This is better than the season. This is better than the football. I don't want football to come back. I'm happy. For the first time in months, I'm happy. Big up to my people. Big up. And, of course, Mason Mount going to Manchester United and all of that. Big up to Flawless helping the Caicedo and Ugarte cause and all of that. It's going to be a good summer. It's going to be a good summer. Drink up, my Chelsea. Drink up to the Chelsea.
Big up, Lewis, man. Let me just run through the super chats real quick. We're to Ryan. I can't lie, the sarcasm city lot are just here to dunk on Flawless already. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric Ten Hag, for
They
saving.
do that regular basis. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Hey, how my panelists talk to me? You know what I'm saying?
Look at this beautiful ball genius. Enjoy Mason Manny Miranel's mount. Hold that, Flawless. I can't lie to you, bro. When I saw United wanted to sign him, if I see Ten Hag down the street, I'm gonna kiss his bald head. I'm gonna say thank you, honestly, because hey, that was gonna be my problem. Thank God, I already have the old Mason Mount. I'm trying to get the young Mason Mount.
How are we going to pull 130 to 140 million for Havertz and Mount? How have we done this?
Listen, if that happens, you need to like have a mission on GTA, a heist called the Chelsea heist. I need to explain it because it just makes no sense.
Bro, we need a statue for Bowley already. Put it by these.
Flawless.
You know, I can't lie to you. Mount is bad, but like Havertz, if you somehow sell that guy for something 70 million, listen, you sell Havertz for 50 million.
Yeah,
like that is a robbery right there. How we saw it, regardless of his age.
Flawless. I was gonna say, Hussam called you guys the Brothers of Destruction, basically, Kane and Undertaker. But from what it looks like, these guys are a gang on us, like the Spirit Squad. So we need to do some DX reunion over here, you know, because like I'm not gonna allow these guys to dunk on us like that. We have
the only initials you need to think about is MM. That's all.
Look at this. No. Lewis, keep it.
Look at this
Keep
guy.
it, Lewis.
So
Keep
MM.
Look
Money
at
Mason.
Listen, look at
this. Bro. You already know, bro.
I just met this guy and I already hate him, bro.
Yeah, he's a prick. You know what I'm saying? I've
That's
known
right,
him,
bro.
he's a prick. You know what I'm saying?
Loud.
No way. No way.
Hey.
No way, both of them. Oh my God, that's such a bio.
Yo,
Don't forget, we got his number and everything, bro. The number 7 is free.
I'd be all for like trying to fight back, but I can't fight this. You know
Come on, man. MM7, bro. Start the hashtags.
You know,
number 7. Yo, if he takes number 7, that's gonna be wild.
You know, Sam, you know, Flawless had more fight when he lost 7-0.
Absolutely.
Yes, he had more fight, bro.
Yeah,
more fight.
No, but I understand. I'm gonna be sorry with you. I understand because I was linked to Mason Mount, so I would have been even worse than Flawless. I'm sorry with you. I would have broke something. So you know, thank you, Flawless and Man United. Jack says he's singing the Mason Mount song. I'm not gonna attempt to sing it because it's 2:33 local Jordanian time. But thank you, Jack, for the super chat. Wasn't Mount 2 times player of the season at Chelsea? Yes, he was. Yeah. You know who was also player of the season at Liverpool? Lucas Leiva. So listen, being player of the season don't mean nothing, my brother. You know, so
Luke Shaw United player of the season.
The way I see
exactly. By the way, De Gea was Man United player of the season, and I believe many of them want them gone
4 times, including 3 in a row.
Exactly.
Thiago Silva was robbed in broad daylight last season.
I see people trying to back this and trying to come up with things, and it's like, oh, he was Chelsea's 2-time player of the year. All right, and
Flawless home. The worst one, Flawless. I know which one already. Home.
Last time we got.
Brother said you got fans trying to back a move, and this whole fan base is laughing at United for even putting that money on the table.
It's a joke.
And you lot
How
want
else
more?
do you say this?
That's why I'm laughing at United. I'm not laughing at you specifically, Flawless, because I know you don't want this guy. This is a United thing. This shit is so fucking funny.
To be laughed at for this
How are we pulling this shit off? These lot have stunk out all of this season. And Madrid want him. They see him as a versatile striker, forward.
Because they heard you call him a Roman Runton there. You know what I'm saying? Gun leading 9/10.
Gun leaning, moonwalking, all of that shit.
I can't lie to you. I actually do want to get into that as well later on, the whole Havertz stuff. But finally, last super chat before we get started. No Mount at Newcastle. Thank God, even Newcastle fans are celebrating. What is this? Man United getting Mount and watching their rivals win a treble on their head top. Hilarious. United back in the Europa soon. Hey, listen, Felipe. All I'm going to say is I ain't going to jump the gun. I learned that from Flawless this year. But listen, my brother. Look, if it's Mount and Hojlund, oh Lord, they can kiss that Champions League goodbye so quick. They might join me on Thursday nights too. So, you know, we're going to get into it, Felipe. But listen, Big
But
up everyone
Felipe,
already.
just to say as well, my friend, I have
Go
heard Newcastle have interest in Gallagher. So
That is
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so
And
Yeah.
And
Mick-
like
and
getting
McTominay.
Gallagher probably better than
And
getting Mount,
McTominay.
depending on price tag.
And
and
McTominay.
McTominay. I hope you get
Oh,
both of
they
them.
are the same flavor of mid, my friend. Just one's blonde.
Fairs, but one mid is 40 million cheaper. So,
True.
you know,
Yeah.
from a financial element, it's
Fair
probably... Anyway, listen, everyone watching us right now, as Flawless, everyone said, as Ravi is saying, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. There's already 230 people in here. We ain't even started yet, so please do slap the like button, make sure you subscribe. Big up Felipe, Qusay, Jack, and Ryan for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Most importantly, is you all like and subscribe now. We're bringing you greatness. That's why the Friday night SmackDown is in the background right now. So make sure you slap the like button, make sure you subscribe. And listen, let's just get into it. Open floor settings, but before open floor, there's a guy we must hear. I cannot go a second more without hearing his opinion. Flawless. My brother, talk to me. Mason Mount is going to be a Man United player. What do you say?
Yo, it's just a terrible. I see zero benefits to this transfer whatsoever. Like normally, like with transfers,
Loads of
whether I
benefits.
want a player or like I have mixed feelings, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm not in particular sold on Declan Rice, for example, someone we've been linked with. But if we were to sign Declan Rice, I can see the positives. I can see the pros to the deal. I can see where he fits in. I can see where he improves us. I can see his attributes. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's a deal I can get behind. Same with a Harry Kane, for example. Or in the case of somebody being unknown from a league I don't watch. But Mason Mount, I've said it before. I said this. Did I say this yesterday? I think it was, I said this yesterday, and I've been saying it all today as well. This reminds me of the Cristiano Ronaldo deal, where I see zero benefits to it. And Lewis and Surfer will vouch that I was against that deal when it got announced, like when reports was there. And then when it got closer to it, I was like, this is a terrible idea. There's zero benefit to this whatsoever. And when I look at Mason Mount, I go, there's zero benefit to this. Does he improve our first 11? Let's say for argument's sake, he does. It's marginal. Do I personally think he improves our first 11? No. Bear in mind, I want upgrades in our midfield. He's not better than Casemiro, forget about it. I don't think he's better than Eriksen. But let's say, for example, he is. It's a marginal improvement. Him and Bruno are the same. Because all the criticisms I have of Bruno are the same criticisms I hear Surfer and Lewis have of Mason Mount. And then on the flip side is the way my fan base praise Bruno is the exact same way Chelsea fans praise Mason Mount. And when I continue to ask the question, and I know Lewis has asked this and Surf has asked this before, and I asked this literally on the show I was just on, give me his on-the-ball attributes that this man excels at. And people are naming off-the-ball attributes. Defensive work.
Homegrown quota.
He's quick. Close
His
down.
ball retention and that bullshit. As if we don't have Fred who's got on ball retention.
Don't
Progressive.
forget world-class half-turn.
World-class half-turn. And I hear great passing and he has 9 open play assists in 4 seasons. I'm like, whoa, what are we doing here? And then someone tried to tell me he's a goal scorer. So I said, all right, let me go to Wikipedia and check his numbers. And this guy scored double figures 1 time in the Premier League in his entire career. So he's not a goal scorer either. So he doesn't excel offensively. He doesn't excel defensively. And the thing is, I have no issue with the profile. That's the crazy part is I don't have no issue with the profile of player. It's because it's him. If we're going to go this route and go get runners, people who are energetic, cool. But go get the best in class. And the best in class is not Mason Mount because I've watched him. I've watched a lot of Chelsea over the last 2-3 years. So I've seen him at his best. I've also seen him at his worst. And here's the thing is, Mason Mount at his very best is very good. Very good is not good enough. If you're going to go and compete and win Premier Leagues and win Champions Leagues, very good is not good enough. You have to be great. You have to be top class. You have to be world class. Like that's the levels you have to aspire. And people like to praise him for what he did at Chelsea in terms of their Champions League run, acting like their defense wasn't a strong part of their team. They conceded 2 goals, I think, in their Champions League run. It was all about Mendy and Thiago Silva and
It was
Rudiger
built on defense, bro. Yeah,
and
it wasn't
Reece
built
James and Kante and Jorginho.
100%.
They were the positives of that. It wasn't Werner, Havertz, and Mount. That was the weak part of the team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just totally against it. And if we do this deal, like I just know my club ain't serious. So I'm logging out.
You know,
100%,
there's
bro.
2 things that you said there just before we open the floor. You know, the thing is, I just don't see where he fits. I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't
Because
get
like, if you play Casemiro in the 6 and Bruno and Mount as the 8s, you're basically like, you're just saying screw this entire thing. And the second point I want to say is, and after that, خلاص, open floor. Here's the thing. You know, there's something Flawless said there that you notice about players like Mason Mount. When he's good, it shows, but when he's bad, it's stinky. That's the problem. Like I think he's had many good moments and stuff like that, but when he's bad though, like when he's bad, he's ghosting in games. He don't ask for the ball. He don't show for the ball. He's kind of almost like hiding as a midfielder, kind of low key like McTominay. You know, when he hides in games, isn't trying to get the ball in dangerous positions, which is something you never want to see in your midfielder. So like, I'm be so real with you. I don't know, like, listen. I don't know.
I just don't get it. That's
I don't get it.
Like I said, people have said, because you mentioned it there in terms of like, the possession based side. I'm cool if Ten Hag wants to move away from being possession based and go with this style. Like I said, I have no complaints with that. But go get the best in class, which is not Mason. I'd rather we went and got someone I didn't know. Go get someone unknown, whether it's from Eredivisie, whether it's Serie A, whether it's somewhere else. Cool. Just not Mason Mount, because I've watched him enough to assess him and go, you are not it. You don't improve our first 11. You barely improve the bench. Bear in mind, we need upgrades in our midfield. We need heavy upgrades. Like outside of Casemiro, we need new midfielders. I've said this for the longest. Major upgrade on Eriksen. We need an upgrade on Bruno as well. Mason Mount is not that. And like I said, on the ball attributes, I'm not hearing nothing. Like I said, I always get told off the ball or world-class half turn. You know what I'm saying? Or progressive passing. Man has 9 open play assists.
Bro, he's a B-Tech Bruno, bro. Let's be honest. You said it perfectly, Floss, not too long ago. I think you called him, you said the only difference between him and Bruno's Portuguese and he's English. And Bruno's actually better than him. And we already don't like Bruno. So, like, just imagine a midfield. Like, this gives me nightmares, bro. Like, I swear to God, bro. Wallahi, bro, it gives me nightmares having to wake up. And I live in the States, so I have to wake up early for these games. You think I'm waking up early to watch a midfield of Bruno and Mount playing next to each other? Like, that is the worst chemistry that you can think of. Because both of them have the same attributes, bro. You're watching that because, you know what? As we said, misery likes company. This is why we have a lot of people watching us today, because they want to enjoy our misery, bro. And rightfully so, bro. Like, look at Hassan. He's like, his smile is like ear to ear. And I don't blame him, bro. We're a team that struggles to score goals, okay? Can we all admit that? And we all know that.
Yes.
So what do? We go get a guy who's made every striker that he's played with starve. And I need one of the Chelsea fans to correct me, because I don't know how long Mount has been there. But name me every striker that he's played with. I'm going to start with maybe like since Morata. I don't know if Morata played with him.
No,
was it after that?
Tammy, Batshuayi, Werner, Havertz, Lukaku, Aubameyang.
And now name me one of these guys that was successful, bro. And this is guy supposed to be like one of your main creators, bro. And he's made him struggle. And you're bringing that into a team that already doesn't create enough for the strikers. Yeah, we have a striking issue, but you're giving us a guy that, listen, when you're a midfielder, and I say this repeatedly, bro, when you're a midfielder, and the first thing you do when you get the ball is you look down or you take a shot, because that's what Mount does, honestly. He always looks for a shot. When that's what you do, instead of looking at how I can control a game, how I can bring everyone around me, involve them in the game, because that's technically kind of what Bruno does, but at least Bruno gets his GAs. What are we doing putting this guy in our midfield? Because I don't see a future with that. And people want to tell me he's better than Fred, better than McTominay. It's not like he's sitting on the bench. This guy's leaving for higher wages. It means he rates himself higher than Chelsea rate him, okay? So he wants to come in for a big payday and like, listen, I'm one of the guys now. So this guy's supposed to be starting. If anyone can hear in the comments or anyone on this panel.
And he wants high wages too.
That's what I'm saying. So if anyone here, hand on heart, can say that this midfield is good enough to compete with the likes of City, Arsenal, and whoever is going to be competing with us next year, I would love for you to tell me that, but you would be lying, because there's no way this is going to work. Like, there's no way. For him being better than Fred and McTominay, that's not the standards to play for Man United. I want you to tell me we're bringing in a midfielder that's better than De Bruyne, better than Gundogan, better than Rodri, because that's what we're supposed to be competing with. We're not competing with what we have right now, because what we have right now is not good enough, and we know that. Does Mount play? Does he start for some of these teams that I just named? He doesn't start for City. He doesn't start for Arsenal. So why am I bringing him in? Because he's better than Fred. I need to replace Fred with 70 million?
Sorry to cut you off.
Insane, bro.
You don't start. Well, sorry to cut you off. You don't start for 12th place Chelsea.
Exactly, bro. People are forgetting that he had a bad season in the beginning. people were acting like he was just injured and like late in the season he just
played
checked out. Like
25
no,
matches.
he played and he was garbage. And you know what, bro? This is the football gods getting revenge on me because I've been calling this guy crap for 3 years. I have a lot of Chelsea fans, and I've always told them this guy's crap, and one day you'll be proven right. I'll be proven right. This season came this season, and I was so happy. I was like, look, always told you guys this guy's shit. Football God said, hold on, here, you can have him now. Now this is your issue. You've been calling him shit. Now you're watching play shit for you for 38 games a season now. Horrible, bro. Horrible. What a fucking nightmare.
Hey, Staffy, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of an Ollie signing. It takes me back to the Ollie era. This is the type of signing that he would 110%.
So how can you explain it then? Because you can't just say Ten Hag wants him, he's right. You can be constructive about it.
Yeah. I just think it's a bad idea. Like I've said before, Sir Alex Ferguson's the greatest manager I've ever seen. I question his decision making and players he signed and saying things he did. So Ten Hag's no different. I still back the manager 110%. This is just a horrible idea, though.
I have to question him, Flawless. I have to question because I back Ten Hag a lot. Hassan will tell you that. I've argued with Hassan before where I'm trying to defend Ten Hag and his first season. But people were telling me he recruited him in 2018. He wanted to sign him for Ajax. And I'm like, okay, hold on. 5 years ago, how old is Mount right now? 23. So he was an 18-year-old. So you looked at someone, as a manager, you can look at someone and you're like, listen, there's something there that I can work with. There's a raw talent that I can develop. So let me get him. That was 5 years ago, okay? This guy now is in Manchester United. So the facilities you have right now in terms of attracting players is different than what you have in Ajax. In Ajax, there's only much that you can attract. But when you come to Manchester United and you have this amount of money and you have this stature and everything, you can literally go for like 99% of the players out there, okay? And you're telling me from all the talent in the world, anyone that you can attract, you looked at Mason Mount and you were like, that's the one. That's the one I need. I can't back that, bro. Like, listen, I'll back my manager, but I have to question that. There's no way I can just be like, yeah, I trust the manager. He knows what he's doing.
You're not backing him blindly, which is
100%.
I agree with him. That's what I'm on. Like, I back him, but I'm not just gonna be like, all right, because people are like, oh, just back the manager. Nonsense. So if he's signing a player from League Two, you're just gonna back it because Ten Hag went like, that's just pure stupidness. Like, you just don't back blindly. Like, no, we're gonna assess it. Of course,
we're not sheep, bro. Like, we're not sheep. We have to look at things and be like, what is this? Why are we doing this? And all the reasons that I'm getting so far, not one person. I would love for someone to convince me, sit me here, be like, Staffy, this is why Mount is what's best for you. And probably Carefree Lewis is gonna try to do that, but he's trying to bullshit me. This guy's trying to scam me like a car salesman. So that's different. I
just called out the whole game before.
Bro, I am begging for someone to sit here and actually tell me, no, you got it wrong. This is why you need Mount. And I want to sit there and be like, you know what?
You want to be
I didn't think of that. But there's no one that can convince me, bro.
Yeah, you want to be sold the dream, and that's where I'm at.
Bro, he's got the minerals.
People are like, there's minerals and shit. Yeah, there's minerals and shit. But as we were saying anyway, people are like, oh, you'll be mudded if you get it, if Mount gets it right. So if Mount actually comes to my squad and he's better than I expected, which means the team will be more successful, and I'm a United fan, I'll be mudded. Make that make sense. I want to be wrong about this.
Oh yeah,
I want to be wrong about this 110%. But everything I'm looking at, this is Cristiano Ronaldo all over again. It's the same shit. There's zero benefit.
People would argue Ronaldo scored goals for you though.
Yeah. And we had our worst ever league season, our worst ever season ever.
We had Rashford next time with 5 goals a season. I've seen that, by the way. Sam, people trying to say, oh, he scored one more or one less than Ronaldo. Ronaldo's 37. We were playing crap football. Everyone around him was starving because everyone had to cater for him like a baby. He was getting his numbers, but the team wasn't hitting their numbers. We finished 6 on like 59 points, the worst point tally we've ever had in the Premier League history. And then you look at this year, Rashford is hitting his numbers, but the whole team as a whole is actually playing better. But people don't want to look at that. People want to blindly look at stats and be like, look, he's 37, he's 25, and it's only 1 goal difference. Why'd they let Ronaldo go? Look at how we've been playing this season and look at where we are right now. We're going into a cup final tomorrow. Ronaldo didn't even take us to a cup final.
It goes back to what you're saying, Staffy, about sheep, that people will look at that and go, right, they can't see the improvement. Bear in mind, the guy we let go is struggling in Saudi Arabia. But people just blind to that fact. People just like that didn't happen.
If they kept Abu Bakr and they didn't sign Ronaldo, they'd be league winners now. I know
Weren't they
that
first
that's
place
not-
when they signed him, Hussein? I think they were first place. They signed
They were-
Ronaldo and they
Bro,
went to
Vincent,
second.
Abubakar, Talisca, and the front three they had was banging. They brought Ronaldo in there, and it just
Yeah, they were
sucked.
6 points clear. And I
Yeah,
think what
they
are they
were.
12 points behind or something like that.
Yeah, finished
Yeah,
second.
they're like
Got
6
eliminated
points
from all the
behind. They lost the
cups.
league now. Al-Ittihad won the league. They lost it.
Ronaldo
Listen,
needs to just retire, man.
Lewis and
Let-
Andrew, you both been quiet. Talk to them. What are you saying on this whole?
Mason
No,
Mount's got the minerals.
I don't
Sign him up, man.
listen. I don't know why.
Flawless, we did what we could. We did
Why?
what we
I don't know
could.
why you're upset.
Why,
Flawless.
man?
I don't know why-
We're meant to
why-
be bros. Well, come
Yeah,
on, man.
Why are you upset, Flawless?
Yeah,
man?
and sometimes bros fight. Siblings fighting. Isn't it?
We got no
Fuck you, man.
reason to fight. Like this
No,
is
but
this is
yeah.
out of our hands. Mason Mount's joining United.
That-
I got you with the United shirt, Jerseys FC. Got you, bro.
You did. You did.
And
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
you got the
Mineral
minerals.
7 on the
The
back.
minerals, bro.
Did he
Yeah,
actually
I'm-
get you the United shirt with Mount on
Yeah,
the back?
'cause he
We
said
get our
he was-
80 million. We get Caicedo.
He
Yeah.
said he's gonna get me the United, the next season United shirt with Mount on the back and a number 7, and I'm gonna take the shirt. I'm just get that shit taken off. You know what I'm saying? It's calm. I'm saying.
Flawless, you know what's mad? If somehow you sponsor their Caicedo transfer, they get the infinitely better player. That's just gonna be hilarious. If we saw
And then we
I didn't
need
even
them
think of that,
midfield in
bro.
the process. It's beautiful, man.
I actually didn't even think of it that way. We're about to pay for them getting Caicedo.
Caicedo
And people
potentially
call
Ugarte.
Bowley a clueless yank, man.
I,
I literally love to see it.
hey man, it just happens, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just one of the things. I just
Andrew,
think-
talk to me about your emotions right now.
So, see, my emotions on Mount are not as high as they are with Kai going, but with Mount going, I'm just, you know,
Facts.
do you know what? I'm happy, man. I haven't been happy this season. You know what? If this is the result of this season, finishing 12th, getting rid of these two guys, getting rid of player FC stands, hives, and stuff like that, getting the constant daily thing about Mason Mount's generational and does all that shit, then go. Please go. All you Mountabators can go, as far as I'm concerned. You can get out.
Off to
man.
Manchester, mate.
Or you Kai, you know what, so you can go as well. But listen, I would say this. I don't reckon we'll get 85 for him. I reckon it's going to be 50, 55 plus a little bit of add-ons. That'll be it. But
For who,
I would
Mount,
say
who for Mount or Kai?
But that's not what people are
both.
reporting,
I'd take
though.
both. I'd take both. But
Thing is, that's not the price like people are reporting, though.
For both and stop wasting time.
there was two prices. It was 55, 85. They'll meet somewhere, not in the middle like 70. It might be just a little bit less than that. But listen, if he goes, because it's still big. There's still an if. We have to put if, right? But if he goes, and you're telling me that the replacements coming into midfield to go with Enzo are a combination of Ugarte and Caicedo, and this is and we've just seen reports tonight that apparently we're offering Lukaku for Vlahovic. That's just come out as well tonight. So if you're telling me that is the response, that is what you're going to get, then happily go. I do not care about Mason Mount this much to make. The way that this Chelsea fan base has responded to Mount leaving is like prime Lampard leaving. Do you know what I mean? This I was more upset when my
And some people are saying proper Chelsea player don't go to Chelsea's rivals either. Some
Okay,
people are taking it like...
First of all, this. Proper Chelsea is in a term that proper Chelsea didn't exist for 2021.
Proper fucking Chelsea.
Okay. Second of all, I don't begrudge him asking for what he wants. It's a small career. You ask for what you want. If they offered it and pulled it back, that's on them. They obviously don't value you that much. Okay. If they're looking at data and anything, and we're looking at 9 open play. Let me repeat this again. 9 open play assists. And remember now, they also count penalties 1 as assists as well. They also put that down as assists. That's how rubbish this assist stat is now. But I keep asking this, and Flawless is my witness to this. And if Ryan's still in the chat, it was this week. I asked Ryan, name me. No, it was only 2. I said, name me 2 on the ball traits that he excels at. He got 1 before he quit. He said ball carrying, and even that is suspect to me, ball carrying. But that's what I'm telling you.
Ball carrying, he means like what, dribbling?
Yeah, I said ball carrying. Like Mount don't just hit the ball to the opposition player's ankles every single time.
But what I'm saying is this:
I don't know how he got away with that.
If the big things of any attack,
my brother is a half turn and nothing else. Sorry, Andrew.
But if anyone says this about an attacking player, one of these 3 things before what they do on the ball, attacking, work rate, or he's great defensively, then I think he's crap attacking. Okay, if you say that to me, those 3 things, then I don't rate him as an attacker. If I was to ask you, Sam, name me 2 things Phil Foden excels at on the ball, you'll be able to tell me them, right?
Yes.
You'll be able to say, yeah, exactly. This guy, he doesn't excel at anything. We were just bad. And remember, this is a team last season in the league. They scored over 70 goals, and we're not that good at attacking, right? So we scored over 70 goals. Imagine if we had competent forwards who could actually finish. We'd be scoring over 100 goals, and we'd be up the table. Him, Kai, the rest of them, they have failed at this club. I do not care what they do at other clubs. If he balls out at Manchester United, I don't care because he didn't ball out for me. That's the thing. I'm like selling him to a rival or something like that. I don't care if that's his,
no, but what the people are saying is like we clapped him off after having a really bad season, and now he's moving to Man United.
Do you know what? You should be more. All Chelsea
There's
fans.
the smallest violin in the world for them.
All Chelsea fans should be focused on asking.
That's you asking for money. That's what I thought you were doing.
If I was Lewis going to all these matches, I'd ask for my money back from this season. That's what these players should be giving their money, giving the fans the money back for how they've been playing and stuff like that. Selling Mason Mount is not a big deal. Everyone goes, oh, it's like Kevin De Bruyne. It's like Salah. Bro, Kevin De Bruyne played 4 matches for us. Mount's played 129 for us. There's no comparison. And by the way, Mount is 24. We're not talking about a 21-year-old. We're talking about a 24-year-old. And by now, you should be able to tell me something he excels at or go, oh, yeah, I've seen.
So let me ask you both this then, both the Chelsea fans. Lewis as well, let me know your thought. How does he actually fit into Manchester United? Like, honestly, all trolling aside, like, where would he play?
My fear for Manchester United, my fear for Casemiro is going to age quicker than Fabinho in this midfield has done. My fear is that
he's going to be driving Ubers next season.
Oh my God.
My fear is that Casemiro is going to need oxygen tank next season at half time for the amount of work he's going to do, and he's only 30. He's 31.
Thing is, he can't play an 8 next to Bruno though.
What we saw in the World Cup.
So how will it work?
I don't know. I think Ten Hag thinks he can play him like a maybe
Paul
4-3-3, maybe a 4-3-3 with Casemiro at the base, Mason Mount doing the up and down work, and then Bruno just being attacking. That's my think. Ten Hag is thinking like that, like we used to do at Chelsea, where we had Makelele sitting and Essien up and down and Lampard attacking. But we're talking different skill set levels. You know what I mean? We're talking like one of the best.
Bruno is no Lampard.
Best midfielders of all time. To this Manchester United midfield. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's going to be fascinating. Him and Bruno on the same pitch. I mean, the ball retention. Well, there's no ball retention. I fear for the ball boys.
That's what I'm saying. And Casemiro can't pass either. So where do we go from here?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's not my problem, though.
Andrew, you said Lampard. You said Lampard. Lampard is miles ahead of Bruno. I don't care about Bruno's GA.
No, that's what
my
eyes. Skill set is
I have my eyes that I use every week, and I know that Bruno's not it. You can argue Essien and Casemiro. Both were world class in their positions, okay? But here's my thing, and I hope Flawless comes back because I want him to chip in on this as well. Here's the thing, bro.
Yeah,
we were going for Frankie de Jong in the summer, okay? Frankie de Jong and Mount are completely 2 different profiles. Not to mention that one is actually world class and one is just like not, okay? We were bringing him in because we were like, you know what? We need someone who is a good passer in that midfield, good under the press, can keep the ball, can progress the ball, okay? So when you say De Jong next to Casemiro, or a little bit more advanced with Casemiro, you're like, you know what? I see what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
One guy destroys, plays the ball simple into his feet. This guy gets the ball. He progresses the ball up the pitch. He's press resistant, all that. How do you go from that profile to Mount? Because if you're getting a B-Tech De Jong, I'd be like, you know what? Because you know who's a B-Tech De Jong? Eriksson. I understood that one. I was like, you know what? He's not as good as De Jong, but he plays the same.
That's actually a good point.
He's the same profile, bro, where he's good under pressure. He gets the ball well. He's tidy with the ball. He can spread the ball around the pitch. He can keep the ball in possession. Mount is not going to do that. This is what is blowing my mind, because if you would have gotten someone instead of De Jong, because we couldn't sign De Jong because he doesn't want to come, and we got someone who's a little bit less quality than him, like, you know what? I get it, but it's the same idea still. Mount to De Jong is complete. It's night and day, bro. A day and night, bro.
They're not even similar.
Different. They're not the same profile. So, like, this is why I'm sitting here. I'm like, if you went for a plan B, a different player, I'll be like, you know what? You didn't get your first option. You got your second or third option. But how are they options when they're completely opposite? It's like you went for an SUV. You couldn't find an SUV at the dealership, and you got a sedan. One was a truck, and one is a regular car. So what were you trying to get to
I
begin
think you've
with?
got to take it a step further than that. You went for an SUV and you ended up buying a bicycle. That's what I
Bro,
think.
it's just completely different. Which is
You didn't
I'm
even go
trying
to
to
the car dealership. You just bought
I
a
want to
bicycle.
understand why he did that, because like I'm just trying to see
Unicycle.
where's the idea, bro, and I don't see the idea. You're just getting someone with ball retention behind Bruno.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. That's not good enough.
I think there's been a change in regards to Ten Hag into terms of what he wants in the midfield. That's what I think it is, because you're right in regards to De Jong being nowhere near Mount. But when you look at the other midfielders we've been linked with, they're much more Mount than they are De Jong or Eriksen. When you look at it, so whether it's Mason Mount, when you look at Sabitzer, when you look at Rabiot, obviously there's different levels, but they're much more the Mason Mount-esque route than they are the D. Because De Jong's the only midfielder of his profile we've been linked with any of them. When you look at it, even us being linked with Declan Rice, you know what I'm saying? He's not that. He's even more so Mason Mount-ish. So I think there's been a change, which again, like I stated at the very beginning, I have no issue with the change. My problem is if you're going to go that route, go get the very best, which is not Mason Mount.
You're right.
That's it.
I hear you. Let me just run through these comments real quick. First of all, Joshua, I've never heard anyone compare Mount to Gerrard or Lampard. I don't know what you're on about, my brother. So big up to you. But anyway, Mason Mount, I can't lie, the super chats are quite positive about Mount to United. Mason Mount would be great for Man United. Thank you, Man United, for taking him from us. Big up Queen Nadra for the super chat, man. Big up. Listen, I've never. This is just one of the happiest transfer shows I'm probably gonna do with hair on my head as well. So it's beautiful as well. So big up to you, Queen Nadra. Thank you for the super chat. The Bridge here is arguing. He's saying Mason Mount had 21 GA. He's world class.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
That's one of Lewis's boys. He has to. There's no way he means that.
Hang on, I think The Bridge is someone me and Flawless know, because they just started a channel. So this might be Ahmed. I'm not.
Oh yeah, it's Ahmed. Yeah, it's Ahmed.
That is Ahmed.
It's Ahmed. Yeah.
Ahmed.
Which Ahmed is this?
Oh, I can't lie. I thought that was Nippon for a second. I was trying to double check.
Guy who fears and watches the basketball. He's a Chelsea fan. He doesn't like.
He's a Chelsea fan.
He's trolling.
One of my many dickhead panelists, you know what I'm saying? Like the vast majority.
Hey, you're Mr. Sarcasm City. You choose them dickheads. So, you know, it's just that's the problem, Plus.
Hey, it's what the people want, innit? That's what it is.
AJ says, thank you, Chelsea, for Kovacic. Will make him world class. I can't lie to you. Listen, I've said my opinion on this. I just think the problem with Kovacic is he's injury prone, but on the pitch, he's a very good player. But his problem is
had a shit season, but he's a good player.
He's very good.
I'd pay that money for Kovacic before Mount, by the way. Because
everyone
if we go for Kovacic, I would be like, all right, 70 mil for him is a little bit too much, but I'll take it.
No, they're taking the same Uber, but he's got a different destination, bro. Sorry.
It's so beautiful, honestly. It's what you get when you order KDB on AliExpress. That's the biggest insult to KDB. I don't even think Mount is KDB from AliExpress. I don't think that even there's nothing similar there because KDB.
He wishes he would KDB.
Listen, bro, AliExpress wouldn't scam us, so don't disrespect AliExpress like that. At least they sell real shit.
Chelsea are scammers though, so big up to you. Because I wish Toby was my owner. I think he means Todd Bowley there, but big up to you, Chambe. And then he says, Man United is buying Mason Mount for homegrown quota. Why are you guys saying on this whole homegrown stuff?
I love saying that.
Wow.
It's like
if it's a homegrown thing, we have Gallagher for sale too.
Yeah, you can fuck off, mate. How about that? You know what I'm saying? That's what you can do.
Come on, man. Like he fits the Ten Hag profile of midfielder from
He does,
yeah.
Gallagher, Mount, and
Casemiro. Run to get another one free.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, Flows, be careful who you call your friend around here, because ever since I got on this show, these guys here call you your brother, but they're lying straight to your face, bro. So
I'm used to this nonsense, innit?
So after this show, bro, you need to start making some decisions.
Okay? Bro, we've been honest. Like Mason Mount to me is a bag of mid, but you're not paying up. So
ever since he got announced, this is all I've been hearing daily is this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And
it's been like that for the past 4 days, bro. I don't want people talking to me about Mount anymore. After this show, no more Mount, because my mental health matters, bro. Okay. So I'm gonna start a hashtag.
Oh, no
Stop
more
these mental
Mount.
health
Who
matters.
you think I'm getting on the channel when he's officially announced?
Not me, bro. Leave me alone. You know, bro, I haven't heard of this guy for weeks. I was thinking about Sam. I was like, you know, Sam hasn't invited me for a while. What's going on? And then this guy messages me today. These are the legit words. He goes, Habibi, Mount, 12 a.m. tonight, question mark. And I'm like, you know what, bro? If it was anyone other than Hussam, I would have said, no, fuck off. But I was like, you know what? Hussam is lucky that I like him because no one sent someone like I just woke up and I saw that. I was like, who does that to someone they just woke up?
Imagine first thing in the morning, Mount midnight.
Hussam, Mount, question mark. No.
Big up, Staffy, for coming on, man. Do the Chelsea fans regret selling Salah and KDB?
Here we go. Let me just display. I've just said it. KD played 4 games for us. Mount played 129. Salah, we didn't know what Salah was going to be good at. And if you remember, Sam, you probably remember this. Remember when Liverpool first signed Salah for 37 million? How people laughed.
Yeah, no one thought this was going to happen.
No one. So it's all ifs and buts. We bought Fabregas. We won the 2 titles in 2 years. I wouldn't swap it. So it's not the same. It's not the same at all. I don't regret selling them because I didn't know what they were going to be. If you told me what the future is, I wouldn't be here because I would have won the lottery 10 times over. So you know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. So
Andrew, I'll actually tell you, as an Egyptian though, when he first went to Liverpool, I remember the buzz about him. All the Egyptians were happy for was that he's going to get playtime in the Premier League. That's
right.
Plain and simple. I swear to God, everyone was like, you know what? He's going to go back to the Premier League and he might get playing time.
Do you know why we bought
No one
Salah?
thought that. His own Egyptians didn't believe in that, bro.
Do you know why we bought Salah? Because he scored against us twice in the Champions League.
With the Basel,
remember.
yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
I think he was going to Arsenal or Tottenham.
I think he needed the loan moves at Roma and Fiorentina.
Oh,
to get
definitely.
To that.
But the problem is, like I said, I didn't know what Salah wasn't Salah at Chelsea. Are you absolutely insane? If KDB and Salah showed anything traits like that, are you mad that Chelsea wouldn't sell them? Are you kidding me?
People try to ignore the story, Andrew. That's the thing. People
the
just
point.
look at the result.
Every time Lewis does this, I just love this. I'm sorry. I just absolutely love this.
People look at
Mason's out. Mason's out.
It's so beautiful, man. Look at Val. He's saying, "Mount, there's still time to be my cardio trainer." This guy's I said cardio trainer. That's insane.
Oh man, hella cardio sessions up in Manchester. Let's go.
Yo, there's gonna be running for days. So Sam, come down because we're only going to sign midfielders. Nope, Chombe. Stay tuned. Liverpool show's coming your way soon. So big up to you for the super chat. And finally, Chelsea is melting down if Mount resigns. Epic. This is the other thing now. Is the Saint like fully done now. If he somehow signs back, I don't know what you guys do. What's your take on this?
If Mount resigns, I don't really care. We'll see what he does under Pochettino. This has been my whole stance. The whole Mount saga is just boring. It's tiring and it's so overdone for someone who's so fucking mid. He's just average. I don't think he's a crap player. I just don't think he's a great player. I think at his best he could be great, but I think he's good to mid. I don't think he's worth this whole debate and dispute over the whole season. Oh, is Mount going to re-sign? Is he not going to re-sign? He wants to. I don't care. He's played like shit all season. That's all I care about personally. 1 year left. He hasn't looked anything like a game changer for us, not since 2021. So if he goes, don't care. I'll just laugh at all the people who stand this guy for God knows what reason. If he re-signs, fine. I know all the people who've been standing in will laugh and celebrate about, oh, you're in the mud and everything. I don't care. We'll see what he does under Pochettino. Fresh start. But I don't really think about that because it's never looked like he was going to be here for Pochettino anyway. So I've always thought, what's the point of debating it? Oh, he could do really well under Poch. Well, he won't be here. So why are we talking about it? That's why it's just a dead
Let me ask you a question, Lewis. Where do you see him fitting in Man United? Because no one can answer this. Honestly, if you could just brainstorm, how would this work for them?
Here's the car.
I think he replaces Eriksen.
No, he's got to compete with Bruno because you can't have the pair of them on the same pitch.
I'm telling you right now. He's not. No,
but you know they ain't gonna bench Bruno though. That's my thing.
He's playing with Bruno.
Then it doesn't work for me because the pair of them in midfield, that's just dispossession FC, turnover FC. They're just gonna lose possession for fun. That ball around the midfield for fun.
He's playing a free in midfield. He's having Casemiro at the back, at the tail end. He's leaving Bruno to attack more, whatever, and he's having Mount run up and down, all that. That's what's going to be. That's the.
Do you think this is a possibility? He plays on the right for them.
Mount on the
Wow.
wing. Oh
Wow,
dear.
I mean-
Hold on.
Oh,
We're
dear.
already trying to figure out if Anthony or Sancho is the best option on the right, and we're getting
Wow.
Diallo back. Let's just add Mount to that. There's no way.
You play Mason Mount on the wing. That's a straight fail. F. Ungradable. In fact, not even an F.
Wow.
You can have a U. Like Mount on the wing. Oh no. That he is mid if you put him centrally. If you put him wide, he's either invisible or he's just straight up atrocious. Nah.
He disappears. He ghosts in games. That for me is his biggest problem. Like,
That's
he
the
just
thing. Like Mount doesn't stink out a pitch. He's just invisible. Don't see him. I'll go 60 minutes watching a game and think, oh fuck, Mount's there. I don't remember.
It's an
him doing
interesting thing. And Lewis has heard me say this. It's an interesting thing. When Mount plays out wide, he drifts in. Yeah.
Mhm.
When he plays as an 8, he drifts out. This is how like IQ of this footballer that he just does the opposite of what you tell him to do. Okay. I don't know how fail comes, but I just put a comp in our group chat.
Which one?
The
Which
Liverpool
one? Look at that.
It was just.
He wants to make sure he sees it. He's like, "Oh
Sam,
shit, Phil,
it
come!
was just-
I need to
it
watch
was-
it."
Have I watched
Sam,
this one or
Sam,
not?
it was the Liverpool game at Anfield. It was just of that game of Mount failing, just in that game, and he came on as a sub, I think, as well. But the thing is, it was just from that game. He doesn't
Against us, he
excel.
was horrible.
Yeah,
he was horrible that game.
But it was just we could have a whole constant different game, but it was just of that game, let alone just that. So listen, the thing is, he doesn't impact us positively. Negatively, he does. When he's out of the game, when he's out of the team, you don't go, man, I wish Mason Mount comes back real soon. You don't do that.
That's my
Reece
thing. He
James-
don't even start
Play
for
better
Chelsea.
without
Here it
Mount.
is. Here it is, people. This is Chelsea fans talking about him.
We
His
play better
own
without
fans.
Mount.
His own fans talk, and they finished 12th, and they're here saying, "Yeah, we didn't miss him," and you never go and carry it.
Yeah, we'd be lower if we had Mount starting those games. I won't lie to you, bro.
That's
Bro,
wild.
I'm telling you
That's
right now, when other players
insane.
go out, it's like we've been like waiting for Kante to come back for 7 months, more than like Mount's. By the way, don't let anyone fool you as well. Mount's last game for Chelsea was in April. None of this, he hasn't played for half a season crap. His last game was April, okay? He's only missed the last month or so, something like that. But I'm telling you right now, he's
They're
a
calling you
supreme-
haters in the comment section. The Chelsea
Oh,
fans.
whatever, man.
Yeah, here's the
Whatever.
smallest violin in the world for
You
your
know what, yeah.
smallest band group.
Do you know what? I give 2 you know what's. Let's go. Let's move on. But it's like, I must have trained a foot. Mount, that was it. Right. So yeah, but it's just like, this whole pedestal he's been put up because he hit a pass to Kai Havertz in the Champions League final.
Both
He
of
suddenly
them
got
made a
there.
career just from that right
they've
move
been
right
living
there.
off it for 3 years.
Bro, I saw people try to take that assist away from him, saying it hit Edison, so it shouldn't count as an assist. That's
I've
how
done
much
that.
his
I've
face
done
getting
that.
standing,
I've
bro.
done that. I tell you right now.
Every
I
day
saw
I
that.
hate-
My theory
Every
is
day I
that-
hate Timo Werner for not
Yeah.
scoring because
Exactly.
we all knew
My-
he was shit by then anyway.
He just doesn't listen. Listen. We'll get better. We move man out. You'll get better. And I'm saying this, and we finished 12th. Okay.
Andrew, you know what else I looked at the other day? I was like, let me see if he's a big game player at least.
Oh, do that.
This guy's 1-7 in finals.
Yeah.
1-7.
Bro,
including
you know he
6
cost
in
us-
Wembley.
You know, he cost us both of our domestic finals last season. Missed 2
Thank you,
big chances
Mason.
out of our
Thank
cup
you.
final.
Bro,
And
wasn't
this
it
is
the
the
League Cup where he
final,
hit
yeah.
the post? He was one-on-one with the keeper and he
Yeah.
hit the post?
Yeah.
Bro,
Twice.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
FA
find...
Cup-
See,
And
this
the FA
one-
Cup final, he missed the winning, the
Here's
decisive
another-
plan.
Staffy, here's another stat. Look at his record in big games.
No, bro, we already talked about this.
Oh,
Staffy
so
left-
it's like
Staffy's
four
mental
in-
health
it's like
matters.
four
Don't give me more
nearly
stats.
50 games. 4 in nearly 50 games.
Wait, have Norwich come up yet?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
The vast majority of his goals.
If
not
Norwich
against
haven't
teams
come
that
up,
want
then
six.
yeah, you're a bit
He scored
fucked.
4. That season where he scored 11 league goals, he got 4 against Norwich, right? And I think 2 against Southampton, or 2 or 3 against Southampton. So he's like over 50, nearly 60% of his goals were against 2 teams. Yeah.
I think
I'm
the
part
only
of the
big
bottom
team he
line,
got a
yeah.
goal and assist against was Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid. And
This
that's
is crazy, bro.
I'll tell you who else doesn't turn up for us in big games. Bruno. So you gave me 2 guys that do the
Yeah.
exact same thing. When I'm looking for Bruno in big games, I can't find him. So you gave me Mount as well. Like you said, Andrew, poor
But
Casemiro
here's
is
the
gonna
thing.
need
You
an
up-
oxygen tank next season.
I'll tell you.
Here's the thing. You
He's gonna
upgrade
get
an
asthma.
attitude. You're upgrading attitude where Bruno's just going to rage and moan at everyone. Mount's got the passion act. So you got that at least.
Lewis is such an
He's going to run
asshole.
around beating his chest and
And
everything.
Sam, I tell you what,
Basically.
Flores knows this. I've said to him multiple times. This is how you know he's not a decent player. When they said, "Oh, Eric Ten Hag wants Mount" last week, you know what? 2 words that they said why he wanted Mason Mount. Flores knows this because I told him. The 2 words were work rate and energy. Those were it. Those were the only 2 words of why he wants Mason Mount. They attributed that to him, not on the ball stuff and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking
But
about.
why are you paying 60 million for work rate and energy? That's
Well,
my
You know what? You know,
Because
Andrew,
I
what
don't
you
like
said, but what you said is
fine.
actually perfect because I've explained this before. So Mount is I keep trying to explain to people there's technical players and there's tactical players. He's a tactical player. This is why Lampard loved him because he's a teacher's pet. You're gonna tell him, Mount, I need you to do this for 90 minutes. He's gonna do it. But how many of these players do I need in my team? Because we've done the same with Fred. Fred is good at that. Fred, you tell him for 90 minutes you're gonna play. All you're gonna do is you're gonna stay on De Bruyne today. He'll do it, but it doesn't mean that he's a good player. And that's it. The minute the game is over, back to the bench. Now you're getting Mount who does the same thing. Why am I paying all that for a tactical player? When you're talking about 70 million, I'm expecting you to attract world-class talent. Or just add a little bit more, add a couple more dollars, and you're getting a better player. This team is crying for technical players, bro.
You,
And
you
it's
know,
easy-
everything you guys are saying makes sense. And it just goes back to why is this happening then? That's the
Yeah.
thing. And it genuinely makes, and look, all agendas
It
aside, it genuinely makes no sense.
No
Him and
sense.
Bruno are similar. And even if you do want to sign a workhorse, you can sign that for way less. With all due respect, there's players in the championship that will go down on 2 knees and beg to be signed for Man United, and they'd run
and they would do the same
100
thing, bro.
kilometers a game. They'd run 100 kilometers a game happily from the championship. So, like, all these people are just saying all this. And I hear by the way, I don't even disagree with any word anyone said. My only thing is, like, why are you paying 60 million for work rate? Why are you doing that to begin with?
And
Imagine.
what Lewis said about the upgrading attitude is hilarious. So we're basically getting Bruno's positive twin. That's what we're getting. We're getting Bruno's
One
positive
cries
twin.
and one's gonna be like, while you cry, I'm gonna go get the ball.
Yeah.
That's
like
all I'm
Mason-
looking at.
So basically, Bruno is Mason Mount's evil twin. You know, like in Family Guy when Stewie doubles.
Mirror
himself.
twin.
That's what we're getting.
He's his variant. Is it?
He's his variant, yo. That's what we're getting. Positive, upgraded. Is this where we're at? Joking. You know what I'm saying? The club ain't serious, so if we sign him, I ain't gonna be serious. I'm not involved.
I can't look. Listen, Flows, you said it perfectly, bro. Because I told some people, I was like, listen, I'm checked out next season. I'm gonna still watch my team, but I'm checked out next season because if you're not serious, I can't take you serious. And so far, you're not showing me that you're serious. I can't, bro.
Mason
There's
Mount
no
and
way I'm gonna
Hojlund
watch
is not
this.
serious enough?
I don't mind Hojlund. You made a couple jokes about him, but I actually don't mind him because he wouldn't
Why
be our
gonna
only
sign the
signing
shit
as well.
Haaland, basically?
Listen, it fits the narrative. Listen, Hassan,
No, but here's the thing, Staffy,
this
let
Hojlund
me-
thing fell in your
No,
lap
Staffy,
perfectly, bro.
before you try to make it out like it's a good thing, let's
I
be
don't mind
real
him,
here.
actually. I really
Literally
do
2
mind him.
weeks ago, you guys were linked to Harry Kane. Now it's Hojlund.
Although he's
Where
on
do
the-
we go from here?
I
The
think
guy,
Hassan.
the guy next to me here can actually tell you that because he made a very good point on his show last time. I was watching your show 2 days ago. And you said the profile of Harry Kane is better than Hojlund and Kolomouani as an example. But if you get both, or if you get 2 strikers, that benefits the team more. This is why I'm saying I'm actually not opposed to it. I don't mind getting a player that's still going to develop and make him something while signing another striker.
Well, let me
than
be the
just going for
darkness in
Kane.
your shining room. Let me be the darkness in your shining
Bro, it's
room.
dark as fuck over here. There's nothing
Listen,
shiny
let me-
about it. Look,
No,
bro.
let me make it even worse. for you, right?
How darker do you want it to be?
Sorry, before I make it worse, let me just dunk on this guy. How am I bantering Man United fans about Mount when I got Elliot and Jones? Hey, we're shit because we got Elliot and Jones. So if anyone knows about shit midfields, it's me. I know exactly what a shit
Talking from
midfield
experience,
constitutes
he
of.
knows.
So I can smell a shit midfielder from miles away. Also, by the way, guys, there's 350 people watching us right now. How are we not even on 150 likes yet? Not even
Good,
50% conversion.
Yeah,
rate.
what is this Mason Mount conversion rate? What we doing, man?
Come on,
Let's get
man.
them like people.
You
What's it,
bunch
Mount
of
player
Mason
says?
Mounters in the comment
What are we
section.
doing?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We need some Phil Foden energy. Make sure you slap the
Yeah,
like
come on,
button.
man.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do
Right.
so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video. Please subscribe. Big up Ryan, Jack, Kusai, Felipe, Nadra, Bridge, AJ, Chambay, Vel, and Michael for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you slap up that like button now. Make sure you subscribe to this football if you're ready to do so. Anyway, let me be the darkness in the shining room. That is the Man United room currently. Let me just say this. No, I'm gonna be real because I also have American owners. Listen, the Glazers have shown before the least money they spent is when they've qualified to the Champions League. I'm not lying, Flawless. It's the truth.
No, it's right. You spot.
If somehow your summer is Mount and Hojlund or something like that, like, then what? What if Hojlund is your striker for the summer?
I'm just tapping out because you mentioned Hojlund, because obviously reports came out said we're looking for a senior striker and a younger striker. I don't mind Hojlund from what I've heard in regards to profile. Like, he's 6'3", he's pace and power, he scores goals. It seems he's technically decent. He's of an age where he can improve. I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not against that. He sounds like he could be successful in the Premier League. And I've been saying for the longest, we need 3 strikers, not 2. So the fact we got linked with 2, like I said, 1 senior.
Who's the second one if Kane ain't coming?
No. We got linked. It was Kane and it was Hojlund and Kolo Muani. But there was no names attached. It was just said we were looking at a senior striker and a younger striker. And the 2 younger strikers they mentioned were Hojlund and Kolo Muani, which I'm with because we need at least bare minimum 2 strikers. But if our window, it just consists of 2 players, even if it was 2 top class players, I'd be like, you man ain't serious. We have an opportunity because of how this season has gone to kick on and attempt to do something if we invest correctly. But investing correctly means more than 2 players, and it's definitely not Mason Mount. So if we do that, I just know the club ain't serious. I know this season is our ceiling. We are now a domestic cup team and compete for top 4. Premier League, Champions League, forget about it. So I'm going to adjust my expectations accordingly because I know what the club's expectations are, which I'm not happy about, but I know where we're at. So I'm not going to get mad when we fall short. Because what's going to happen is we're going to have Bruno's, and if we do sign Mount, and people are going to back it. And then when we're nowhere near the top of the league come October, November, December, people are going to act surprised. You know what I'm saying? Same way I said for the longest, as long as Bruno is our best midfielder in our team, Manchester United will not win a trophy. Ironically, Casemiro lands, who's triple the player that Bruno is in terms of quality. All of a sudden, we look better and win 1 domestic cup final and we win another. Like, that's not an accident. And bear in mind, if we do upgrade on Eriksen, let's say it was a De Jong, Bruno's now the worst midfielder we have. And all of a sudden, we're closer to our target. There's a pattern here, people. But people don't want to accept these things because they have.
There's a possibility that Mount is the upgrade on Eriksen.
I don't think that's he's definitely not a major upgrade.
Because he's not even an Eriksen, bro. The only thing he has on Eriksen is just legs, and that's because
he's marginal. You don't improve.
That's
to me,
all
I've already said this.
Staffy, what are these rumors? Apparently, you're happy about Mount deep down.
Okay, this is why I was laughing. No.
Big up Jose, man. He's saying deep down, he's so happy Man United getting Mount. Big up Lewis and Winter Surfer as well.
I'm happy for you guys as well. I'm happy for you guys.
Jose is one of my boys, bro.
Is he lying?
He's one of my boys. He's my personal friend. And I told him I'm coming on this show with you guys. So he literally trolls me every day, and I threaten him if he doesn't stop tweeting me, I'm blocking him. And he told me I'm gonna watch this show, but I didn't know he was sending a super chat. He's a Chelsea fan, by the way, so that's why he's saying big up
Jose.
That's why he said big up to these guys over there. But he knows how much I can't stand Mount, and he's the only one, bro, that would tell you that I was making fun of him all season, saying Mount is shit, and you'll see that by the end of the season. I just didn't know we would end up here, and this is why he's like having the time of his life. Because he's going on telling everyone that I wanted.
Now I understand the situation. Stuff is that
you know what this feels like.
Go on.
I have so many Chelsea friends, bro. They understand. He's one of them. Fuck him.
Hey, Staffy, all
you remember Williams
this guy, Mount's clap, and now he's about to sign for his club.
The exact same thing, bro.
For 3 years, Sam, I have so many Chelsea friends, and they're actually enjoying this. Like, this is my funeral, and they're all coming to.
How do you tell your friend for a whole 2 years that Mount's crap?
And then my team
ends up signing at your own club. How much of an L is that?
Because I told you that the football gods heard me, and they're like, nah, let's humble this guy. And they gave me the worst player on Chelsea, in my opinion.
Football karma is the worst karma.
Oh no! You didn't get Havertz, to be fair. You only got Mount.
Or what's his name? Gallagher.
Listen, this is what I want to end the show on. Let me just get to the Chelsea guys' thoughts on Havertz. The FA Cup final. I don't want to keep you guys for too long because I know it's late as hell. So just kind of 2 mini topics, if you would like, just on the kind of your thoughts on the FA Cup final tomorrow. And for some reason, in life, I would just say this without trying to get cancelled. Every day in your life, if you go out shopping, you're just outside, you see 2 people together, and you're like, how the hell is this person with this person. And today I'm scrolling through Twitter and somehow I see Kai Havertz to Real Madrid, which just makes like I have never, but like, listen, I'm being with you. Today I saw Kane to Madrid. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. It's Harry
Yes.
Kane. When I see Kai Havertz, let me go to Lewis first. Lewis Havertz to Madrid. Like, what's happening here?
To any Madrid fans watching, Kai Havertz is a generational talent,
Yes,
absolute baller.
Yeah.
He has been underutilized and misprofiled at Chelsea,
very
and
versatile.
he will be such a revelation to you at your Real Madrid squad. He's going to be such an unbelievable player, and I hope you enjoy him. And yeah, 85 million I'm hearing, which is, I mean, I've heard of robberies, but for fucking hell. I don't know how we've got to this position in life where
how are people so interested in all your shit cast stuff? That's what I don't know. What's going on?
I don't get it. This brother had 9 goals and an assist this season, and they said they wanted him for his creative vision.
Oh.
And I was
flawless. They're about to sell Mountain Havertz for like
Fiorentino Perez said he was impressed with him from his games against Madrid. I was like, what did he do in both legs? What?
Lewis, did you see the stat?
I'm not saying nothing. Sign him, please. Save me.
How are you guys gonna sell Mountain Havertz?
I would take that money that we're paying for Mount. I would take that money, go get that guy that works in Chelsea who's making these sales, because he's more of a generational talent than these players. Because if he pulls these sales, bro, I don't know who that guy is, but he should be knighted. If he's British, knight this guy. He should be sir, whatever.
Even if he's not,
there's no way he's doing that, bro. I'll spend that money
Name
on
him.
Bring him to United. Bring him to United. He would have sold us Maguire 2 years ago or something if he's that good, bro.
I
cannot believe this.
I can only think of two. By the way, Lewis, I don't know if you saw the stat from Kai. Apparently, he's hit only 9 through ball passes.
He's your top goal scorer.
7 through balls in his time at Chelsea.
Joint with Sterling.
I think he has 5 assists in his entire time at Chelsea in the Premier League and 19 goals.
I can only think that somehow Real Madrid are scrolling through his Instagram and going, do you know what? We need a piece of that donkey sanctuary, bro. That's what I'm thinking. We need to bring him.
Oh, wow. He went there.
I think this guy, honestly, again, him and Mount have got unbelievable generational.
How are you doing this? How?
I don't know.
How are you selling these 2 shit players for 100 something?
I can only think this. And credit to Kai, I will say this: when he plays Madrid, he does play better than he usually plays, right, Lewis? You would kind of, he does play better. I know it's not a lot because you can pick out the games he plays well.
I mean, a few years ago,
he's done to them a bit.
Yeah. He was brilliant. He was unbelievable.
Listen, I don't care. I don't even care if it's 80 million. Reverse it, 58 million. I don't care. Even that's too high for me. I'll take 40 for this guy. He is a generational bum. That's what he is, right? He's a generational bum. This guy looks like a meth-addicted newborn giraffe when he plays football, okay? He is, honestly, once again, I do not know what he excels at, right? People go heading. That is overrated, okay, as far as I'm concerned. He, again, has said him, we play him as an 8, 9, 10 out wide. He said it himself. If you don't know what I am, people should know after 3 years what I am. He says he's a striker. He can play up there. The fact that people in our fan base tried to make this guy some type of a Muller region is a disgrace to Thomas Muller. I tell you right now.
I'm so sorry, Thomas Muller. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, do you know what? This isn't even
a
Chelsea thing.
I apologise on behalf of my tapped fan base.
But this isn't even a Chelsea thing. He plays rubbish for Germany as well. So this is not just a Chelsea thing. He plays crap for Germany, does Kai Havertz, okay? I don't care. Look,
remember in the World Cup when
Man got benched after one World Cup game.
God.
Remember when Fulkrug played better than him? Fulkrug.
They benched him after one World Cup game, and then they hyped up 2 goals off the bench against a tied Costa Rica side. And they still got eliminated.
Whatever they're smoking at Madrid, please continue. Because we got more if you want them. We got Ziyech you can take.
Hey, call me. You can get Henderson if you want to.
Gallagher, you can take them all. Do you know what? Take them all. We got Lukaku. Hey, do you want Lukaku? Take Lukaku as well. We got them all. Take them all. Honestly, this would be the best selling of any player since Mourinho got 60 million from Morata. That summer we sold him for that. If they get anywhere above 40 million for Havertz, take it. I don't care what it is. Snap your hand off. Because getting him out, And you know what? Oh, yeah, he'll exceed Madrid. Fine. I don't care. Once again, he's not excelling for us. Why do I care?
Once he's
He
gone,
excels for us. Go. Like I said, if that means you're bringing in a Vlahovic, who, you know, once again, I'm a bit mixed with Vlahovic, not really watching him a lot, or an Osimhen or something like that, I don't care. Just do it. If that's the exchange you have to make to get him out, I am all for it. That's getting him out makes us better. I'm fine.
You know, let me just say two things before we go to Staffy and Flawless on the whole final tomorrow. First thing I just want to say why I love transfer season. Lewis and Andrew are in 12th place and they had a horrible season and they're happier than Flawless and Staffy who are about to play in Champions League football. It's just like it's crazy what the transfer season can do. And second of all, I'm gonna say
our season starts when they run us our money.
I will say this on these two, just to back Flawless and just to back Andrew and Lewis here. The thing is, Havertz and Mount, whether they shine at their new clubs or not is irrelevant. The truth is, they just didn't shine at Chelsea, given plenty chances. So they're not going to sit here and go like, oh, what if they shine at Real Madrid? What if they shine at Man United? That's not their problem. Mount and Havertz has had unbelievable amount of chances. And they just haven't performed. And you know that whole 21 GA season as well, people keep speaking about with Mount. First of all, he took set pieces. Second of all, half of
not
those
very
GA,
well, by the way. Not very 100%.
Well. Bro, we have Robertson who has a lot of assists from set pieces. And, you know, let me not even, you know what? Let me leave that kind of worms. But anyway, the thing is with Mount is like half of the GA came against two teams. Like half of the GA.
It was like a hat trick against Norwich, and I forgot who else.
He scored four against Norwich.
Four against
Norwich. Okay, see, I even forgot, bro.
Yeah.
And I believe it was 2 goals and 2 assists against Southampton, I think, or something like that. So, you're talking about half of the GA coming against two teams.
That's what
most of his GA came against the bottom 5.
But Ronaldo
exactly, which actually proves what they're saying even more. When he is there, he's there. When he's bad, he's bad. That's the thing.
Yes, so Sheffield United's away, bro. He's got you,
Sam, you want to talk about
Luton at home?
Bro, that's like last season. Ronaldo had 2 hat tricks.
No way, Lewis
tried to tell me.
Luton at home. Lewis is out.
Luton at home, bro. He's got you, bro.
Flawless, if
that
you
tough
remember.
night out at Luton away in a midweek, bro. Mason, actually, no, we booted the ball out the stadium there. Let me not.
If you remember, Ronaldo had 2 hat tricks for us last season, and people tried to tell me he had all these goals. 6 of them came in 2 games from the 17 or 18 that he wanted.
15 out of 21 came against bottom 6. 15 out of 21 against the bottom 6. This is wild.
I'm telling you, look at his big 6 record. It's 4 in nearly 50.
I'll give you guys one more thing to look up. Go look up Bruno's GA against the top 6 and tell me what you guys find. Because you're giving me Bruno's little brother. That's literally what it is. He's a young
Chelsea
Bruno.
fans, before you quote me single season GNA, I know you don't like to do this. Look at 12-13 and look at One Matters GNA. 53 GNA. I know it's in a better team, but we didn't have a good striker in Fernando Torres up front, and he was it. So you want to look up single GNA seasons, look up One Matters 53 GNA.
And you had a dead Drogba, bro. Drogba was like 38.
He scored against all teams as well. Do you know what I mean? And we had a crap striker as well up front. So don't quote me GNA. Do you know what I mean? GNA gets
Listen,
top
this has just been
44.
One of my favorite ever shows, and be sorry with my club ain't even involved, and I'm enjoying this so much. It's the thing of beauty. And just final topic, as I said, don't want to keep these.
Hold on. My misery and flawless misery is not worth 143 likes. Our misery is worth more than that. More. So bring those likes up, because we're sitting here stressing. I'm smoking shisha on YouTube because of how stressed I am, and you're giving me 143 likes. Please give me.
And it's 3:33 a.m. in Jordan, you bastard.
Guys, I want 250 likes for Mason Mount's contract, please. Because that's what we.
Hey, if we get to 250 likes, it'll be announced tomorrow. So make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. And speaking of tomorrow, just finally quickly from Flawless and listen, Flawless, Staffy, this next 24 hours about to be hell. It's either Mount and you lose to your Manchester rivals, or you make it up tomorrow. So let me ask Flawless first regarding tomorrow's game. Now that it's approaching, how are you feeling about the game?
Surprisingly confident, because we have the players and we have the personnel to beat Manchester City. I'm looking at the game we played them last, when we played them at Old Trafford, and I'm hoping that Ten Hag sets up in that way. He has to set up with 3 centre, obviously the back 4, but he has to go with 3 central midfielders. If I see a 4-2-3-1, I'm like, that's not the right move. We know what the game plan is. We know how to implement it because we've done it previously. Yes, City are the heavy favourites. Of course they are. But we've beaten these men before and we can beat them again. But he has to go with the 3 central midfielders. It has to be Casemiro, Fred, and Eriksen. Then I would play Bruno out wide right to invert and obviously just disrupt and be a spoiler. With the injuries, we have obviously Anthony being 50-50, Martial being out. I would play Sancho from the left. And then you play Rashford through the middle. Because then at least you got Garnacho off the bench. You got Anthony off the bench. So you have attacking players to change you off the bench. All season long, our defense has been the stronger part of our team. Like,
I don't think Anthony's fit, bro. I don't think
yeah, he's fit. Well, he won't be 100% fit. So, like, let's say he's like 80-90%, I'd still have him on the bench as an option to come off the bench and maybe and potentially impact the game. But all season long, our defense has been the stronger part of our team. So I'm looking at it and going, all right, can we beat Manchester City? Yes. Is it likely? No, but I'm confident. Very confident. Absolutely not. But it's my team in the final. Of course, I'm going to back them. Of course, I'm going to sit here and say, yeah, we're gonna win, and I'm just hoping that Ten Hag sets us up in a way to win the game, and I'm hoping the players go out there and just, even if we lose, don't just go out there and roll over. This is why I'm saying play energetic players like a Bruno, like a Fred, for example. Go out there and give these men a game. Don't just go get beat 4-5-6-0. Like, fuck all that. Like, if we lose, go lose 2-1. And you go, you know what? We got beat by, it was a piece of
Don't do the Arsenal, basically.
Or De Bruyne. Say again?
Don't do the Arsenal, basically.
Don't just go out there and fold. If we go out there and fold, I'll be livid because worse teams than us have given Manchester City a game this season. So it's kind of like we can go out there and give them a game, and we have the quality, like I said, to hit them on the break with Rashford and get goals. Set pieces, I think, will be important. But I'm looking forward to it. I am. I think it's a big game. It's a massive game for Ten Hag, I would say. Massive game.
Okay, Flawless. Let's see if you have the minerals tomorrow. Staffy, go on. Go on, my brother. What are you saying on the game finally before we wrap up?
Actually, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not being funny about it. Don't be surprised if Weghorst starts tomorrow, and I'll tell you why.
Go.
What we need to do tomorrow, is not concede in the first half. That's one game. We're playing 2 games tomorrow. We're playing the first half and we're playing the second half. Okay? So if you see Weghorst playing, because we know Rashford is going to be in the middle, okay? If you see Weghorst playing behind him, because you'll notice this a lot tomorrow, and for anyone who's going to watch the game, if you're a Man United fan, I'll give you right now this for free. You'll see a front 4 that are sitting a little bit deeper than usual because you're not gonna go out and try to press the City defense. That City defense when they're building up the ball. So unfortunately, Anthony's not playing, so that fucks up everything. So you'll see Sancho, Rashford, Weghorst. If he starts, I really think he'll start. And on the right side, you'll have Bruno, like Flawless said, might be inverted. And you'll see these 4 sitting mid. Like that's so what?
That's so mid. Bruno
is mid, but
all the options are mid.
But it's the reality, Sam. I would love to tell you that Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes and them are playing tomorrow and Rooney, but they're not. So I'm just dealing with what we have. So you'll see these 4 playing up front tomorrow, but you see them very deep. They're going to be 10, 20 yards deeper than what you're used to. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I noticed that in the last couple games in the season where it was kind of like I was looking at Ten Hag and he's like, you know what? I'm trying to like implement a couple things as a practice before the City game, because I think this is what he's working on the training ground. And I really do think we're going to see Weghorst start because he's going to try to bring in energy in that midfield. And you don't get that from Bruno off the ball. So this is why you might see him on the wing with the injuries that we have.
That's where Mason Mount comes in, man. You have to think about it.
Well, the June started yesterday and we couldn't sign him 2 days in. So that's an issue for next season. So unfortunately for all the Mason Mount fans, he won't play for us tomorrow. But with the option that we have, with the option that we have, this is how we're gonna set up tomorrow. Because like the one mistake Ten Hag can do is try to press this team and leave them all the freedom in that midfield. Because we saw what happened in the first game where we tried to play our game and they put 6 past us before we even scored 1 goal. And that's the last thing you should do tomorrow. Now, am I confident? I'm actually shocked that Flaw said he's confident. I'm not confident. I'll back my team. I'll shamelessly back my team. I'll tell you that. You know, me and Flawless are kind of cut from the same cloth. We'll say what's real, but at the same time, we're going to back our team in a cup final. But by no means am I going to say am I confident. But my confidence will grow as the game goes deeper. You know, like if we get into halftime 0-0 and we have options on the bench like Garnacho, the last thing I want is Garnacho to start because they'll eat him alive. The one thing this kid can do is come on for 20 minutes and kind of terrorize the fullbacks because he does bring in energy and he wants to take the ball and he wants to take you on. Whether he could do it or not, he has the will to do that. And we've seen it in that game where we beat them on Old Trafford. He came on and did that. So that's literally the saving grace. If we go into the second half and it's 0-0, my fear is we concede early and that's it because you have one plan. And if it doesn't work, it's over. And actually, if they score early, they might turn us over. And that's the last thing I want. You know, so I'm praying for this game to at least go 0-0 to halftime. Because if it goes 0-0 to halftime, I'll fancy our chances in the second half, especially if we have a couple options on the bench. I'll take Anthony on the bench because we don't have anyone on the bench. So Anthony on the bench is better than nothing. But if these things don't work, I don't see how we win this game.
Yeah. Now I hear you with the potential of Weghorst starting just because that lack of options. So if he does start, I could see it because one thing he will add into whether it's the 10, whether it's in the 9 is the energy. That's what it is. Like I just need our players, word to my guy Eddie, to be tryhards. That's what I need. I need you lot to be energetic. I need you lot to just be spoilers. This is why I'm advocating for Bruno to start. This is why I'm advocating for Fred to start. This is why I'm saying make sure you play 3 central midfielders. I'm not worried about Manchester City from out wide. Centrally is where they build up. We got to block the middle. And the confidence just comes from, like I said, is from the previous game when we played them.
Who's your 3 in the middle, though?
How well.
Because I said I don't think Eriksen starts, and a lot of people told me now.
I would personally play Eriksen because they're the only 3 central midfielders we got. I'd go Casemiro, Eriksen, and Fred. It has to be those 3 because Sabitz is injured.
Because if Bruno's inverted, then that's something. We actually don't have any other midfielders except for Scott, and he's not gonna play.
Like for instance, say Sabitzer was fit, I would have said, "I drop Eriksen out and play Eriksen. I mean, not play Eriksen, play Casemiro, Fred, and Sabitzer and Bruno." And like I said, just all running, and then maybe bring on Eriksen. You mentioned Garnacho. It's a big pitch at Wembley as well. So I do like our chances if it is 0. And we've seen the impact again that he had in the home game. Yes, it was at Old Trafford, but another thing is as well, all the pressure's on them. I can't remember.
You know what, Flawless? We did that against them at Old Trafford, and we did that to Barcelona.
You have to stop their trouble.
No. Pressure's on them, bro. We're not the favorites. You're never. The pressure's not on you when you're the underdog.
If we get packed,
I hear you, but you have to stop their trouble.
No. If we get packed in this final, yes, we'll get mocked and people run jokes. But this final, I've seen Manchester United play countless finals, whether it's Europe, whether it's domestic. I can't remember us going into a final as such heavy underdogs and under this little pressure. In terms of, I don't think we're under. No one's expecting us to do anything. No one is expecting us to do anything.
I hear you.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to Staffy and Flores. Gonna wrap it up here, my lovely people. Before we wrap it up, big up to Queen Nadra says, how many goals did Anthony score compared to Gakpo played half season? I went just to check it for you. Gakpo has 7 goals. Anthony has 4 goals. But here's the thing, listen. We've seen players come into their own in the second season, stuff like that. I'm sure Flawless and Staffy both won't accept 4 goals from Anthony next year, so they probably have higher expectations of him 100%.
Yeah, he needs to get
and probably they both agree that they expected more from him even this year. But you know what it is, we're coming towards the end of the season now. I think
I've seen worse starts to a season. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, but I think these conversations are stronger, like, you know, mid-season stuff like that. When you're looking at where the guy's going at the end of the year, when he has 4 goals, you have to say, listen, next season you have to do better. Simple.
I want more output. I want more output.
Pitch more as well. I think he only played
he gets injured a lot.
24 league matches or something. That's not enough.
He's played 25 league games only. Yeah. That's what
you know what, Flaws? Aside of the last injury against Chelsea, because that's a contact injury where someone tackled him, so I'm not going to blame him for that. But he did actually get a couple injuries. It was before the Barcelona game, if you remember, and he had doubts that he was going to play the game that he scored. We didn't know he was going to play that game. So this is his 3rd injury. I'm not going to say anything about this one because I can't control someone tackling you and rolling your ankle, but he's actually been injured a couple times. So I really hope that he's not injury prone because I don't want another expensive player that's not going to play for us in the next few years.
I know exactly about that whole injury prone world. Listen, once you start, it's all hell break loose. But anyway,
we have too many of those.
Big up to all the 4 lovely panelists for joining us. Everyone, there's still 300 people watching us at this time of the night. So love for the love, Habibis. Make sure you slap up the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out Jose, who dunked on Staffy's head.
Oh, I
Big up to
texted
Mike.
him. I told him to fuck himself, by the way.
Oh, wow. I can't lie to you. That's personal right there. Big up to Michael, Vel, Chombe, AJ, The Bridge, Nadra, Felipe, Hossein, Jack, and Ryan for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you all slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe. We're going to go around the lovely panel now. They're going to let you know where you can find them. Andrew, my brother, the Winter Surfer. It's so happy to see you smile again. Where can you, and while you're telling people where they can find you, just give me your prediction for tomorrow as well. Go on, Andrew.
I'm gonna go 3-1 City. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna go that. So, but yeah. First of all, subscribe to this channel, like, share the video. Carefree Lewis's channel, Sarcasm City, of course, and anything Staffy is on, just follow him there. Just follow me at the Winter Surf. I tweet out what I'm on. I've got a pinned tweet for Casually FC, which we're on the road to 2K. We'll be doing a stream tomorrow about 10. Going over all the Chelsea stuff. Hopefully some more joyous news. You know what I mean? So just follow me there. But yeah, all good, man. The summer is starting off well. That's what
I look forward to your star jumps tomorrow, my brother. I look forward to that. Big up. Can be doing backflips up on that live stream right there. Big up.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
Big up, Andrew. Lewis, my brother, thank you for joining us. Where can people find you and your prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 City. I was gonna say 2-0, but I think United get a goal somewhere. A little bit of a tight ending. Check out Carefree Lewis G. We're gonna be live at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Operation Kai Havertz to Real Madrid begins. And we're going to be talking about the Vlahovic and Lukaku potential swap deal and all other transfer news that will probably be coming out by then, because there probably will be a lot of shit. Probably talk about the Gallagher stuff as well. But yeah, check that out, people. Check out Sarcasm City as well. Home away from home. And yeah, big up.
Big up, Lewis, man. Big up.
Mount out.
Lol. I can't lie to you. I love the fact Lewis is acting like a real estate agent. Like, Madrid fans, buy him, please. Take him. I want them gone. I
I told you, he's a car salesman, bro.
Yeah, he's a very good salesman.
Get your road runners. Buy one, get one free.
Flawless, my brother. Same questions.
Hey, love for having me as always. It's much appreciated. Large up the chat. People, that's me, Flawless, on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you follow me, because anytime I go live on Sarcasm City TV, I'll always post it out. So that's me, Flawless, on all socials. Sarcasm City TV on all socials. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow the Twitch as well, because it's separate content on each people. So live every day on both. So Sarcasm City TV all across our socials. We're back live technically today, because it's obviously gone midnight over here. 11 p.m. 11 p.m. we'll go live. It'll be the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. So myself, you'll see Surfer, who's a regular. Obviously, Lewis is a regular on the channel. Like you said, home away from home. And my guy Jez. So we'll be talking all things Manchester United. So recapping the final, Chelsea in regards to any transfer news they do. Same with Spurs if they actually manage to find a DOF and a manager as well. But yeah, man, Sarcasm City TV across all socials. There you go.
Love, Flawless, love. Big up, my brother. And finally, Staffy, same questions. Oh, actually, Flawless prediction before we go to
prediction 1-0 Manchester United.
Okay, Staffy.
I'll say 2-1 United. Hopefully. That's more of a hope than that's the most realistic score that I can give. It's a mix between realism and hope, honestly. Because if we win, it's not going to be more than one goal, honestly. So that's my hope and prediction. And you can find me at my Twitter. My handle right here. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. I actually just recently downloaded TikTok, so watch out to that. I'm not on YouTube yet. You'll see me on these lovely people's channels and some other channels when I'm invited on. So follow me on Eldon Staffy. And for Hassam's Arabic community, because I know he has a big Arabic community, I tell them that every time I'm here. تابعوني على البيك 5 الكبار كل اثنين وجمعة الساعة 7 بتوقيت القاهرة. هتلاقوا اللينك في البايو عندي on my Twitter on Instagram. So follow me there. And yeah, any channels that I'm on, you'll see me. You'll see me update on my Twitter all the time. Any shows that I'm on, hopefully Hassam will have me more than just for Mason Mount talks. But
100%. When Mason Mount signs, you're the first on the team.
that's one show I won't be on, so don't look forward to that. But
No, you
everything
are
else-
coming on. You're 100% coming on.
And everything
Yeah.
else, you know where to find
You
me.
and
Listen,
Flawless both are gonna be dragged on this channel if
I'll be
it
there.
happens.
listen, we did
100%.
we
First
did a
two there.
DX team up. That's the best we could have done. So big up, fellas.
Next. Big up, big up. Anyway, guys, make sure to go follow everyone on the panel. Big up to the guys for coming on. Late show tonight, but there's still all the people in here showing us all that love and support. Make sure to go subscribe to your YouTube channels. Follow them, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Love for all the people. And we'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Peace.